Okay, this is what we have here. We have a windshield wiper motor from a Dodge Ram, a 1500, I think, all the way to a 25 or 3500 model Dodge Ram. That's a bicycle sprocket from a rear wheel. I just took it apart and soldered a nut on it, centered it, soldered a nut all the way around it, and screwed it right in. You see, that's the back of it right there. Okay. I also soldered the sprocket. But usually here there's a C clip around here, so I soldered the sprocket and this piece that usually comes out when you take the C clip out. Just soldered it all together. And here I got this off a what is it, a manifold you guys call it, or I don't know. This is the part where your pedals will go at. You know, your pedals will go on here. Those the aluminum pedals that stick in and you put a nut. Same thing on the other side. Down there. What I did is I just cut the hub off the bike and soldered it on here. Same thing I did to the other side. Cut the hub and I just soldered it under there. It's not the best solder, so don't worry about the solder, but it'll hold. I greased this and cleaned it, but when I started soldering, the grease started getting hot, so it kind of melted, so I got to retake this apart, clean it up, and put some new grease in there. I did put high temp grease, but it did not hold. Then I took this piece here off of a rim. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sprockets on it. I don't know if it was a 10-speed or what. It was a rim that I found laying around in a buddy's yard. And what I did is I centered it to the best of my ability. And then I just soldered the last gear sprocket right onto this one here. Soldered it there, soldered it here, soldered it there, and down here, just to hold it, because I'm going to use this part here, this little sprocket here, on the next sprocket I'm going to use. It's going to be bigger. I'm looking for probably like a 60 tooth sprocket. That'll be all the way up here. So that sprocket, the chain will go from here onto the 60 tooth sprocket or teeth sprocket, and hopefully that'll slow down the RPMs on it. It's running off of 12 volts, actually 13.8 volts, and right now it's I haven't counted the revolutions on it to be specific, but I'll turn it on and let you guys judge for yourself. This is just the first attempt. Yeah, that will be a little too fast for a rotisserie. So hopefully when and I gotta put a new chain on there. That chain is no good, it's bended. I found it in the yard all bent and all banged up and bent over the place. I just put it on just to, and hopefully could get that I hope I could do the 5 a minute a turn. I don't know. Trying to get it down to at least 5 RPMs. Hopefully, if I can make it turn a complete turn in 1 minute, it would be okay. If not, a minute and a half or 2, I'm gonna have to deal with it. This is some scrap plate that I have here, steel bar, flat, that I use. I just drilled holes. This is off an old treadmill that I took apart. I'm building something else with it, and I don't want to use the motor for either buying a clamp here, not really to hold the motor, just to for the motor, the back end of the motor could have some support. You know, get it a little lightly snug. That's it. We don't want to tighten it too much because the motor is not flush on the back. I don't know if you can see straight through, but it's not flushed on there. What's flushed on there actually is this housing is flushed on the bottom of the actual angle iron. So that'll be just something just to hold it and minimize no play at all. Actually, I could actually even leave it like that. It's working fine. I don't have any play on there. It's nice. So this is just the first of the part one of the rotisserie, homemade do-it-yourself rotisserie with a Dodge wiper motor on low speed. As soon as I get the sprocket in, as I ordered it, I'll update you guys with what I got so far, and hopefully I could get also 2 or 3 new chains just so I could put a better chain on that and see how it works out. All right, thanks a lot. Sorry for the mess back there. Bye-bye. Okay, so far this is what I have. I have the one post over here. This is the one that has the windshield wiper motor off a Dodge Ram 1500 to 3500. This is the bicycle actual cog with a what they call that anyway, with a sprocket from a mountain bike welded on, and I'm waiting for the other cog for the top. I already soldered the actual little feet at the bottom, the legs, to hold it steady. This is the other one, and this is how it's gonna look like. I got them close together due to the fact is that I don't have too much space down here, but that's how it's starting to look. Waiting for the other cog to come in, a couple of chains, then I gotta go out and get the actual pipe and see what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna use the bearings or not. I don't know, but that's the actual second step that I did, and it's coming along. Hopefully it'll work out good. Okay, just showing you the progress. This is what I'm up to now. Like I ragged on there because I oiled the chains a little bit. Had them in a bowl with some oil, so some of them was a little rusty. That's the actual windshield wiper motor. That's the second sprocket with a cog on it, welded on. And this is the third. I made that belt tensioner right here. Actually, not a belt tensioner, chain guide, and also helps as a tensioner. Also, I could tension up the belt with this because I have a swivel piece here where I could swivel this. I could turn it to the left and take the chain out, and then turn it to the right. And as I'm turning to the right, the chain gets tighter. So I just have a little play there. This is actually where the rotisserie spit pipe or rod is going to go connected to. It has a square deal here. As you can see, this is all from bicycle parts. This is actually the bicycle hub, and this is where your pedals will go at. Yeah, just cut the pedal off. Same thing with the bottom one. I figured since they have bearings, why not use them? That's another hub there from a bicycle. Just cut it off the frame and took the pedals out. So they look like so far. The reason why I have this little piece of angle iron here is because I'm going to put a little, probably like a another square piece coming up with a rounded part here, just for when I put the pipe in. It just doesn't only sit on here and spin, but it has like a relief to relieve the pressure, the weight off of this and off of the both bearings on it. you know, kind of like a guide, half moon under there. Put the pipe, let it sit, and it'll be slightly sitting on the pipe, the half moon piece. And same thing with this side I would do. I haven't got to that yet, but that's what it looks like so far. I'm going to spin it around here. That's what it looks like so far. Well, guys, this is what I'm working with right now. This is what I have. Just put a base there to hold the pipe in place. Just made a small little gash in there. I don't know if you can see it. Probably gonna need some lighting. Let me see. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Put a small little gash in that piece of pipe right there, just so it can open up a little bit. And using that as a fixed bearing, in other words. Put a little oil on there just so it could start kind of like grinding that down a little bit. It's moving because this floor here is not leveled, but that's what I did. Yeah, I'm almost there. Put a piece of tape there in the center of the pipe for you guys to actually see the speed of it, how long it takes the tape to appear. It's about a 1-inch piece of tape there. I also got a pulse width module that I could use for it to slow it down some more. Right now I'm not too worried about that speed. This is what it looks like while it's running. I use a pedal that has the actual square notching in it, and I just grind down the pedal, cut the pedal, grind down the piece with the square notching, and weld it on here to the best of my ability, as straight as I could have accomplished to do it. We're not working with precision tools here, guys. We're not working with CNC machines or anything. This is something homemade. It's supposed to be something not so difficult to do, easier to accomplish. That's the motor. That's the second crank or sprocket or gear, whatever you want to call it. I put a little bar here that works kind of like a guide for the chain, and also works almost like a belt tensioner. Also, it's loose, it's not tight, so it's really nice. It's kind of just grazing on that piece right there. I actually put 2 little tack welds there just to hold it in place. Like I said before, I can move this way and the belt will loosen off and come off. Then I can put it back and tighten it up and straight. I'm thinking about drilling a hole through here and putting a pin or a cotter pin in there just to hold it in place. Over here, I'm thinking about putting a big washer here and putting a pin through it, or a cotter pin, something to just hold it there. Other than that, that's all we got. That's how it's working. It's not the best, but it's scrap that I had. I had to buy this piece of pipe. I did not go stainless steel because this pipe in stainless steel will cost me about 200 bucks. 6 foot of stainless steel of a 1-inch pipe, food grade, will cost me about 200 bucks, and I'm not spending 200 bucks to just cook something here, now, and then on a rotisserie. You know, that's ridiculous. It'll cost me more than what I paid to build the whole thing, just the pipe. I have aided food from skillets being cooked, grills, and they're all black steel. So I'm not worrying about getting sick or getting any contaminants from the steel. I am going to clean it up, sand it down. I am going to put it in some coals or some charcoal and let it burn off everything that it has, the protective coat, whatever it has on it. Then I'm going to re-sand it, re-clean it up, and put some cooking oil on it. And other than that, everything should be fine. And when I'm done, I'm going to clean it and put some cooking oil on it and wrap it in some Reynolds wrap or something with oil. Hopefully that will keep it from rusting. Other than that, this is what we got, guys. I'm just running it off a small little power supply I got here, a little pyramid power supply. 12 amp surge, 10 amp constant, 13.8 volts. Dodge 1500 to 3500 windshield wiper controller, modified to work the opposite. And everything else came from scrap metal and bike parts, sprockets, and bike hubs, and pedal from a bike, pedal with the sprocket from the bike. That's what we got there. So hopefully somebody will build something better, or could at least get some type of idea from what I did. This is my first build, so you know, that's what I got. That's what I came up with right now. That's what stuff that I found around, and that's what I was able to accomplish this first time with this first build. Hopefully we'll try it out on Passover Day, and I'm praying that it works out fine. Okay, shalom. Have a good day. Bye-bye. See you next time.